Hey gang, welcome back to my shop. My name is Mark LeBlanc. I just finished turning a bowl before lunch. This afternoon what I'm going to concentrate my efforts is figuring out a way to reproduce one of these knobs that came from a dresser that belongs to my mom. This is an antique, so I'm going to try to reproduce it as this one is broken and needs a little bit of TLC. Let's take a closer look. So I actually have two knobs. The first one, the bigger one, here's what it looks like. You'll notice that there's a pretty big break on the back here. So this is the facing that goes against the dresser itself, and that's a little tenon that, although it's got some screw lines in it, I'm not sure how effective these would be at really holding the material. The knob itself is exactly 2 inches in length. From this end to this end is exactly 2 inches. The diameter of the head of the knob is 2 3/8 inches, and the diameter of the faceplate is slightly less than 2 3/8, maybe 2 1/4. But you'll see, like it is just slightly smaller than the knob itself. So I'm going to start with this guy. What I've got here is I've got some golden birch, which is wood. If you've seen my snowman videos, I mean, that's what I use. It's a great piece of wood for turning. It's stable. It's got a really nice tight grain. And this is a piece of scrap wood that I'm going to try and turn. So if you see here, I've got just enough to be able to do it. Let's get started. Alright, the technique I use is similar than all my other projects. I first start with a roughing gouge and turn everything into round. And once it's nicely into round, there you go. What I'll do is I'll use a parting tool and cut a tenon on the end in order to be able to mount it on my chuck. Now in this case, because I've got a live piece or a live model, what I'm going to do is just transfer lines over onto my blank and transfer those all around, and then I'll use my parting tool once again and start doing depth cuts. Once all the depth cuts are pretty much where I want them to be, then I'll use basically a spindle gouge, and I'll turn the piece into its own shape. Let's watch. At this point, the piece is turned. You can see that the shape is pretty much, or pretty close to what I was expecting. It's now time for sanding. I'm going to start with 150 grit, move my way up to 400. It's now time to remove the piece from the check. I'm using a flush trim saw to cut off the tenon. I'm trying to keep as much material as I can so that I can use that tenon eventually into the furniture piece. So first ever attempt at turning some knobs, and frankly the comparison between the two is pretty close. I'm pretty happy with this. This is a first time attempt. It's a pretty good match to what we had before. This thing is a little bit, the knob itself is a little bit thicker than the original. The shape of the dome isn't as close as a match as I would have liked to, but you know what? For a first attempt, pretty happy. I'll catch you next time.